these glasses. Okay, I don't actually wear glasses. These are fake. They're from Claire's. But like, I wear contacts, so like I can get away with like wearing, I mean, I guess anybody can get away with wearing them, but like I don't have to have my prescription in them. Also, I took my eyelash extensions out, so my eyelashes aren't that big. So yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. I was gonna put on fake ones, but I was like, this is more of like a chill video. I don't really need that. Oh, I almost threw my phone. So yeah, today I'm going to kind of be sharing some like high school advice slash like answering some of your questions. So I literally just put this on my story, like that I was doing this like 10 minutes ago. So not a lot of like feedback, but I'm gonna go over a few things. I just asked because I wanted to see more what you guys were interested in like hearing about. So that's why I asked. But I have like some things that I wanted to say too. And I kind of have like a list. I also kind of like looked up stuff that like people were like interested in knowing, like frequently asked questions. So I just graduated this last June. So now I'm officially like a freshman in college, but I'm not actually enrolled in like a university. I'm enrolled in like online stuff, but I don't go to an actual university. So technically, so I've been through like all of high school, and for 1 year I went to public school, and then the last 3 years I did cyber. So my experience is a little bit different than somebody who would go full-time to a public school, but I still do have some experience, and I think a lot of these things do still apply to somebody who is still like not even in school, because you can still carry that out to even middle school or even college. So if you're in like 8th grade, you know, like going into high school, how they always say like high school is like so much harder, and like it obviously is, like the more you go, but like the like 9th grade it counts, like everything's important. Your like all the grades and like the credits and stuff, like yes they do matter because like that's on, you know, like your record, but like the schooling, I would say like 9th grade, like not a lot changes, just everything I guess counts, but it doesn't, like the workload doesn't get that hard. If anything, 9th grade's your easiest year, just depending on what you pick. I picked a pretty easy year, 9th grade, because I was like, I did like some of my harder like core classes and stuff, but I picked like just easy electives just so I could get like those credits. And then whenever I went cyber, I was able to like fill up my schedule a little bit more. So I did like, I filled it up like to the point where I couldn't even handle it 10th and 11th grade, and then all I had was one class in my senior year. So it kind of just depends on how you want to do it. Like some people, I also did like the bare minimum. Like I wasn't in any kind of, I was in like advanced English, but like that was kind of normal at our school. It wasn't like AP or anything. But there was nothing that I did that was like above and beyond. Like I didn't take calculus, I didn't take pre-calc. The last thing that I did was algebra 2. So like my whole point is like it really depends on how far you want to go. Like if you're somebody that wants to have good grades, wants to have like a lot of credits, like if you want to be a math teacher, obviously you need to take a lot of math stuff. I did a lot more like business classes and entrepreneurship stuff, so that was more electives, so I didn't need a lot of core classes for anything that I really wanted to do. Also, I knew I wasn't going to go to a university, so I knew that I didn't need like all kinds of different, you know what I mean, like credits to go for whatever I wanted to go for. But I did take, somebody asked about the SAT like testing and like how to study for that. I took it one time, and I took it in 10th grade, I want to say. I think it was the SAT, because I didn't take the ACT or whatever it is, but I took it one time, and I really didn't, I mean, like I looked back and I like reviewed everything that I had learned like prior to that year, but I didn't study like an insane amount. And then I actually don't even remember getting my scores back, but I didn't need them for anything because I didn't need to turn them in. I only took them the one time. I was gonna take it a second year, but then I was like, I'm not going anywhere that I would need to turn in my scores. Like the thing that I do, like what I'm enrolled in now, it doesn't take like all that. It just needs proof that I graduated, so it doesn't need any of that kind of testing. So it didn't matter so much for me. But like I guess studying, I would say just review the things, because that's what I did. And I mean, I was never really that good at studying, but I I always really didn't think about it too much because the more I thought about it, the more stressed out I was. So that's kind of like a whole tip in one, is just like don't overthink the whole studying. One of you guys said organization tips. So for me, mine was a little bit different in 9th grade. Since everything, before we had something that was like an online, like now it's Skyward, I think, at our school, but it was Edline. That's where we had like all the grades online and stuff. But I think Skyward, you can do more than that. Like I think that you have like your books on there, because Edline did some of like your books. So I didn't have to worry about really taking my books home from school, because we could just go on Edline and look up our books. So if your school offers something like that, that's really nice, because then you don't have to work. Because like the books, that was like just a pain, because it would always be like I remember us getting in trouble, and this was in like 9th grade, so this was like 4 years ago, but like we would get in trouble for like not bringing the books back like that day, or we'd be reading in the books or something. So like that was tough enough. So like if you didn't have to bring them home, then they stayed at school, and then you didn't have to worry about it. And also like you didn't have to worry about like everything in your book bag. So I guess like that's a nice way to be organized, because then you don't have to worry about that. Like just as long as you have a computer at home or like your phone, then you have it right with you. I also really liked using a calendar or something to kind of keep all my information, like what I was doing inside of school and outside. What's that called? A planner. That's it. I liked using a planner, because even though I wasn't always good about it, at least I still had, like, if I knew I was having a busy week, I wrote it down. I might not do it for every week, but like if I knew I had it, because I did like lacrosse, and then I had, you know, just like math, English, like I did all my homework and stuff on there. And then I also was a part of like FCA and stuff, so just like different meetings or like school things, and like lacrosse, like I just kept all of that in one place. That way I just knew what was going on. Or if it was out of school, like if I was like, oh, I'm going to this game, like football games and stuff like that, like I would put that in there. As of like being out of school though, I didn't do a lot to like organize. Like I don't know, my routine was pretty much just the same, and everything was all on my like cyber program, so I didn't have to worry about organizing that way. Now if you're talking like organizing like physical, like your book bag and stuff, I would say just like the less the better. Like just keep like the bare minimum of stuff in there. But like whenever it came to like life stuff, whenever I was doing cyber, I didn't write like a lot of it down, because my days just kind of switched up all the time. So I was just like, I had a planner, and I have a planner every year, but like sometimes I use it and sometimes it just doesn't work out. So that's kind of some organizing thing. I just don't really know what else you would organize unless it was like a locker. But I never used my locker in school. Like that was one thing that was kind of a pain, because I would keep my lunch with me, because I would eat as the day went along. And then I kept the books with me, or I would just stop at my, well, I guess I would keep books in my locker, but like they all just stayed down at the bottom anyway, and I would just grab those as I went. But I never really kept anything in there, maybe an extra water or something, but I don't know, I wasn't a person to really use it that often. Oh, another thing that I kind of wish that I did more whenever I was in high school is I would have probably joined more like clubs or groups. Now even like a year ago I would have not thought that. Just recently I was thinking about it, because like if you're in a group with people that are interested in like the same things you are, you're most likely going to click with them faster than if you just like met somebody just like at school. Not saying that it wouldn't, like you wouldn't end up being friends, but like you probably relate more and probably do more things that are more fun. I don't know how to explain that, but basically if you did things together that you liked, or like join groups that you knew, obviously, like if you like Spanish and you're in like a Spanish club, then like you're probably gonna find somebody that you can relate to in that way. Like I did FCA, which was like, oh, what did it even stand for? It was like the Christian group that met before school, and I don't know what FCA stand for. I have the shirt over there, but oh wait, wasn't it like Future Christian Athletes or something like that? I joined like that group, and that was kind of, I mean, mine was just more of a time thing. Like I didn't have time to like get up in the morning, because I was already up. Like that's another thing that I'll get to in just a second, but I didn't have a lot of time for like groups, because I did do lacrosse and then I did work, so like all of my days like after school were always busy, and then in the morning it was just hard for me to get up. But if I would thinking back on it now, I would have probably joined clubs, because even when I was cyber schooled, I was able to do anything from my school. So I was allowed to, like, if I wanted to go to any clubs, even I could go in for classes if I wanted to. But like, I mean, whenever people just think I have so much, well, people just think anybody that does cyber just like have a lot of time on their hands, but like, you don't realize how fast that time like fills up whenever you're doing like other things. So then that came to my second point of like not having time, was I can't even stress this enough, because I can't believe that I did this, but like, your sleep is more important than what you look like. Like, I know that sounds like weird, like maybe out of context, but like, I used to wake up at 4:30 in the morning whenever I went to school, and I would get up and I would get a shower. And keep in mind, like, everything was way lengthier than it needed to be whenever I got ready. Like, I would be in the shower for like an hour. It would take me like an hour to like dry my hair and straighten it or whatever the heck I was doing, and then like makeup. So it literally took me, I mean, I did catch, whenever I was in 9th grade, I did ride the bus. So my bus came at 6:40, so I usually had to be ready at 6:30. So I was up for 2 hours, which to me doesn't sound insane, because like it takes me still like an hour like to shower and like get ready, just like to get out the door, not even like actually get ready. But like, it's a lot whenever you're in school. Like, getting up at 4:30 and then going to school until like 3, like that's a long time. Like, you're up for 12 hours as it is, and then I would have practice after that. So that was a lot. And now that I think about it, I'm like, nobody even really cares what you look like whenever you go to school. And that was, somebody asked like school outfits or like what to wear to school. Like, just be comfy, because all you are there for is to learn, and like everything else is just comes apart with it. So like, if you know, like your friends and stuff, but like really it's not a big deal. And I don't think, like, I never noticed, like I was never like looking at somebody, but like you know, like everybody's so worried about themselves that nobody's like cares about what you're wearing. And I mean, if you're like, if you want to dress up and like that makes you feel good, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, you don't have to feel the need to get up every day and put on makeup and put on a cute outfit. Like, that's so much time, and I just like can't get over that I really was up at 4:30 in the morning. Like, I cannot, like, I can't even get up like over that. I can't even get up before 9 now. So that was interesting. So yeah, that's definitely a pro tip, is it's not that important. Another thing is that I wrote down, because I didn't want to forget some of the things, was that it's okay to only have like a couple friends. So whenever, like, I went to a private school up until 5th grade, and then I moved to our like public school, and everything was fine, because like a couple girls that I knew came with me, and then obviously you meet people, so like everything was pretty good. And then like obviously over the years, like people have issues and stuff, or just like don't talk anymore. And I had always realized, like, it just seemed like nobody was like a forever friend, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have like a friend that was like years and years besides like elementary school. So, you know, I never really understood. And like, I had talked to like my mom, and even I've talked to like other girls, and like a lot of girls haven't been able to really find, like, you know, like they've had friends for like years, but not really like good friends that they would, I guess, call like their best friends or like do everything with. And it is true that like high school is like such a short time in your life that like it's not gonna matter. I mean, it's good to have those friends, like you still want to keep in touch and stuff, but most of the time they're not gonna be your friends like after that, because most of the time you're going to a university, not all the time. I mean, if you're going to like a community college, I guess there's more chances of you like being friends, or if you go to college together, but a lot of the times we just split up. So I think that's part of it. It's not that nobody really wants to be friends, it's just like everybody goes different paths. Like, I had a lot of good friends. I mean, I still call them my friends, I just don't really talk to them that much, like in lacrosse. But like now that I like stopped doing lacrosse, like I don't really talk to any of them. And it's kind of the same thing now that everybody went to college. Like, I had like, I mean, one of my really good friends, like she went to Colorado, and that sucks. My point is, like, friends are gonna come and go this point in your life, like, because we're all doing like such different things. So it's not a bad thing if like you don't have a friend the whole way through. Like, I mean, I wish that like I had some people that were still here, like that didn't leave, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, tell somebody that they can't go to college because like that's what they want to do? No. But like, you're gonna find people throughout the way, you know, like it's gonna work out. Oh, another thing is like juuling. So I just hate this because this whole Summer McKean thing just happened, and if you know what I'm talking about, you would understand. But like, I just think it's so funny. You're gonna do whatever you want anyway, so why am I even telling you this? I mean, like, really, if you go to school and know what's going on, then like, that's all I have to say. I mean, like, really, like, if you feel a certain way and don't want to do something, don't do it. If you feel like you want to do it, then I guess do it, like, if you think that it's good. But like, my point is, you can't persuade somebody really at that point in their life, like somebody that's that young. If they believe they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it, and you're not going to do anything about it. If they believe that they're going to do it and they're going to do it, they're not going to do anything about it. So whenever it comes to like juuling or vaping or whatever, like, that's your call, and I'm not the one to make those decisions for you. Somebody said like being nice to everyone, which I totally agree with, because like I said, high school is such a short time in your life. Like, it's literally 4 years, and that might seem like a nightmare sometimes, but like, it goes by so fast. Like, I couldn't even believe it. I was starting senior year. Like, I literally posted, if you go back into my videos, I posted my get ready with me like first day of senior year, and then literally was graduating, and now I'm in college. Like, what? That literally went so fast. I can't even believe it. But yeah, so it goes by so fast, and it's kind of stupid not to be nice to people, because like, what's the point? What are you gaining by not being nice to somebody? Like, all you have to do is literally say hello. You can smile. If you don't like the person that much, maybe just don't even say anything. But like, I just think it's such a short time, like, to ruin like feelings towards each other. Like, I don't know why there has to be so many arguments, which I understand, because it's high school, you make mistakes, like, we're all going through like times, I guess. But my main point is just to be nice, because you never know. Like, some people's high school like years are like the best years of their lives, and some people go through so hard times, but you might not even know that. So I would just say, just be nice to them, just like how you guys are saying. Like, it really doesn't hurt anybody, and it doesn't take a lot of work. So, just an idea. If you were going to school, really, that doesn't even have to be in high school. It can be in middle school, college. It can literally be if you're not even in school, because even in work, like, I said this in my like life is too short video, like, literally asked somebody how they were, and they like were so surprised. I'm like, that is sad that people aren't nice enough to ask you how you are, but like, it's not like too late to change that. Like, you can always be nice. Like, just because maybe you had a rough day and weren't the nicest to somebody doesn't mean you can't come back and be like nice the next day. I know that I'm like rambling a lot in this. It's just that I kind of had the idea of doing like a high school advice video, and then I also had an idea of doing like things I wish I knew before high school and kind of stuff like that. So I kind of just like mushed them together, because it kind of be a lot of like the same like repeats, you know. Probably the number one thing that I would have told myself like before I started high school would be not to wish it away, because as much as I was like, I just want to get out of here, and although I'm very happy that high school is over, it also kind of stinks, because like, you can't get it back. Like, all those days like that you either went to school or that I was in cyber and stuff, like, you don't get those back. And the football games end, your sport practices end, like, if you're interested in learning, those days end. It's not that I don't like learning, it's just I don't like sitting in a classroom. You know, just like all of those like high school experiences, like, they end. But you also have to think, if you are going to college, it really doesn't end, because like, you still have all your game days, and like, you're still learning. It's actually more fun, because then I mean, depending on where you go, you have your own dorm, or you share a dorm. But even community college, like, that was my idea from the start. And that's another thing that I will say. If you are in high school, but like, this is your senior year, and you're still not decided on college, I would say, if you don't know that you want to like leave and go to a university, do like your first year or two at a community college, because one, you'll save so much money, and two, you won't have to stress about not being home, because like, I think that's my biggest thing. Even if it wasn't just for like the time that I needed home, I don't know that I'd be able to go to a university, because I would miss home so much. But that's just me. So yeah, if you are a senior, like, doing community college, or even online like I'm doing, which a lot of parents don't always agree with, because I think that it's just a lack of knowledge. Like for my parents, if I would have told them 4 years ago, oh, I want to do online college, like they would have been like, you're crazy. But I think like after they've seen like kind of like what I'm doing and where I want to go with it, I think that they're understanding. So I think a lot of that comes into place too, because it used to always be like, oh, you have to go to a 4-year college, but then now they, I mean, in community college has always been around, but now they're like introducing that more, like if you're not sure what path you want to go in, do that first. Because if you think about it, your first year of college is all just general studies anyway, so you might as well just get that over with, and then it's not like, oh, now I'm in a program that I don't want to be in, and then a lot of people end up switching their majors anyway. So it's just a thought if you're not sure. If you're sure, then like I'm happy for you, because I struggle. I'm just kidding, but like I mean, like it is hard. Like I don't know how people can just, I mean, that would scare me if I did. I don't know, it scares me. So yeah, I don't know, I just can't believe high school's over. Like I can't believe that I'm making this video. It's kind of crazy, but yep, if you're going into high school, I wish you all the best, and if you're about to graduate, congratulations. Well, not graduate yet because you still got a whole year, but congratulations because you're almost there. And if you're going into college, that's awesome, and I'm so glad that you made it through high school. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day or morning or night, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Also, before I end this, I just wanted to show you these new butterfly shirts. They're actually on my website right now, but I'll have them in crew necks. And then there's also these new Pittsburgh ones, so if you're from Pittsburgh, you know. There's these new 412 and like Pittsburgh crew necks that will also be on there. I'm not sure when, because I don't know when this video is going up, but be sure to look out for those, and follow me on Instagram and my Snapchat. I think everything is in the description, but if not, then I'll have it on the screen. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.